Dear students, welcome to the course Science of Consciousness in Ancient India. In the last lecture, I explained you the concept which is available in Yoga Shastra or Yoga Darshan about Chitta. So, today I am continuing the same lecture 16. I have explained the stages of the Chitta and then examples of the stages, each stage, how we behave. As per our behavior, mental behavior, the Chitta has, or you can say Chitta can be upgraded into various stages. You can see I have explained these things. Today I am going to explain the fluctuations of consciousness in continuation of the same concept. Once we talk about Chitta, I told you Chitta is trigonic in nature, composed of Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. So, in the coming time, in future, you would be able to, you would be getting, or your maybe your children, grandchildren would be studying the Indian psychology on based on the yogic sciences. और वहाँ पे क्या होगा concept we would be framing, that would be, I think it would be have been realized in the future. ये सब चीज़ें तैयार हो चुकी होंगी तब तक. As per understanding of the Chitta, that is yogic concept. Trigonic nature of Chitta means Sattva, Rajas and Tamas in different proportions until and unless it comes into the equivalent state or equilibrium state of 1:1:1. So, 1:1:1 is the target, it is a goal to achieve that state where your fluctuations stop. But till you achieve that thing, either you are Rajasic or Sattvic or Tamasic or in between, or that means mixture of any two or three in different combinations. In that sense, once you talk about fluctuations of consciousness, they are of two types. You can classify the fluctuations. What is actual fluctuation? I told you we are continuously engaged in different distractions, different kind of distractions. Means somebody is calling you from outside, you have to go somewhere, you have to perform different things, you have to read different kind of courses, study different kind of courses, read a lot of material. All these things are a kind of thought, a kind of distractions or fluctuations which are coming in the form of different thoughts. ठीक है, और कुछ नहीं है. आपको जहाँ भी हम ट्रेन करते हैं थॉट के थ्रू ही ट्रेन कर रहे हैं. सो फ्रॉम द चाइल्डहुड इटसेल्फ वी कंटिन्यूअसली गेट एंगेज इनटू डिफरेंट फ्लक्चुएशंस एंड दोज फ्लक्चुएशंस आर बेसिकली टू टाइप्स एज पर आवर way of dealing with them. Like there are some kind of klisht fluctuations. Klisht means literally this word in Devanagari is written as klisht, and once suppose your question paper is very tough, you felt like question paper is very tough, so you would say प्रश्न पत्र बहुत क्लिष्ट था, अत्यंत क्लिष्ट था. क्लिष्ट का मतलब क्या होता है? very hard to be modified or hard to be addressed, very hard. Klisht in that is actually mentioned in that sense. Aklisht means you are negating it, which was not too hard. ठीक है, just use the same meaning to understand this concept. First is a klisht one, that is afflicted or painful. Why it is afflicted or painful? Because it cannot be modified easily. Suppose, take a very simple example. From the childhood we are having different perceptions about reality, different perceptions of life, different requirements of life. Suppose one person is belonging to that family which is very not having so much goodness in the financial terms. So, from the childhood itself a child, what is the actual perception the child receives or perceives? There is a scarcity of money. And a lot of people he or she would be might be listening like everything is money only, and you need to earn a lot of money in order to get a better life. ठीक है, अब एक बच्चा जो बचपन से यही सुनकर बड़ा हुआ है कि मनी ही सब कुछ है, बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट है, and now the child is up to the age of 22, 23, 24, 25. So, till 25 of years you have just heard a single sentence that money is the most important aspect in our life and that needs to be earned. तो अब अगर आपसे अचानक से कोई कहेगा कि ऐसा नहीं है, आपने बहुत अधूरा सच जाना है, दिस इज़ नॉट द ओरिजिनल थिंग ऑफ लाइफ, तो आपके लिए मुश्किल होगा उसे एक्सेप्ट करना, वेरी हार्ड टू बी मॉडिफाइड. आपके दिमाग में एक कॉन्सेप्ट प्री सेटल हो चुका है और वो भी बहुत लंबे समय में. ठीक है. In a long duration you have already settled, you are right now having a settled opinion inside of you that money is everything. Now it is very tough to modify your own concept to see the reality. So simply once you start seeing or listening to those persons who would say like you are not knowing the reality in its original terms, you are having half sided reality. आधा ही सिक्का देखा है आपने. कोई आपको ऐसे बताना शुरू किया, अगर आपने किसी ऐसे व्यक्ति को सुनना शुरू किया तो आपको लगेगा ये क्या बता रहा है. पहले तो आप उसको एक्सेप्ट नहीं करेंगे. At the first instance you would wish to listen to the person completely what actually the person wants to say. Then you would be having a lot of questions from inside of you. You would try to get the answers of those questions. If the person becomes able to convince you rightly by answering all the possible doubts and questions inside of your mind, then you would be convinced a little bit to accept that you might be knowing the half reality. ठीक है, ये प्रोसेस है. सो क्लिष्ट फ्लक्चुएशंस और पेनफुल एफ्लिक्शंस वो होते हैं जिनको मॉडिफाई करना आसान नहीं होता. इट्स वेरी टफ टू मॉडिफाई देम, इट्स वेरी टफ टू ऑल्टर देम आफ्टर अ सिग्निफिकेंट पीरियड ऑफ टाइम. अक्लिष्ट इज नॉन एफ्लिक्टेड, नॉन पेनफुल थिंग्स. Aklisht is like that, you are carrying the impressions inside of you, but if somebody says something which is actually making you like whatever you are understanding right now that was not right or not enough to understand the reality, you would immediately change or you can say encrypt the next thing inside of you. सो जो इंक्रिप्शन है वो ऐसे चलता है, धीरे धीरे होता है, लेकिन यहाँ आपको मॉडिफाई करने में ज़्यादा तकलीफ नहीं होगी, आपको पेन नहीं होगा. You won't be feeling like I am not accepting that still I have to change it. No, it's not painful. Easily it can be modified. You would automatically upgrade your memories, impressions, and you would accept the things. So acceptance is very easy in case of Aklisht, but modification or acceptance to any new thing which is not suited from the or it is not in relation in line with the previous ones is tough in Aklisht. That's why fluctuations are basically classified into two kind of things like Klisht and Aklisht. So now you first see the definition in Sanskrit. क्लेश हेतुकाः कर्माशय प्रचयः क्षेत्रीभूताः क्लिष्टाः. 3 words are used. First is क्लेश हेतुका. What is क्लेश? Pain, suffering is क्लेश. In general terms, in our homes also, if you are having the remembering the conversation of your mother, parents, friends, so this is very normal term which is used. घर में क्लेश मत करो. क्या होता है? ठीक है, घर में लड़ाई झगड़ा मत करो, घर में क्लेश मत करो. क्लेश का मतलब होगा डोंट मेक अदर्स सफर. ठीक है, सो क्लेश मीन्स सफरिंग्स एंड दिस इज हियर फर्स्ट वर्ड के क्लेश हेतुकाः. स्प्लिट द वर्ड क्लेश देन हेतुकाः. दिस इज हेतुकाः. हेतु मीन्स कॉज. हेतुक means the one who is creating the cause. हेतु को बनाने वाला हेतुक है. और हेतुकाः means plural, बहुवचन. So those which are the reasons for the sufferings, and after that also this is the reason of suffering, and those who create the reason for suffering. यानी कि सफ़र होना एक प्रोसेस है, सफरिंग इज अ प्रोसीजर. Hetu means the cause of that suffering, and the one who creates the cause of that suffering is hetukaah. So first one is क्लेश हेतुका. तो इसके हेतु कौन है? क्लिष्ट वृत्तियाँ. क्लिष्ट fluctuations are the root cause who create the causes for the क्लेश or suffering. Simple, first thing. Second, कर्माशय प्रचयाः. कर्माशय क्या होता है? You split the word again. कर्म, then आशय. This is karmashayah. Then karmashay prachaya. This is the third word. Prachaya. Karma, ashay and prachay. 3 words are there. Karma is simple actions, whatever you perform, karma. Ashay is reservoir of that karma. So whatever you are performing, that is getting accumulated, so there is a reservoir of the karma. Clear? आपका कर्म एक्यूमुलेट हो रहा है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल आपने क्या किया, कुछ अच्छा काम करके आए, किसी की हेल्प करके आ रहे थे. Suppose those who are coming late in the class, they are helping someone and then coming to the class. Because they helped, they can justify that I was helping, so I became little bit late in the class, it's okay. So my goodness would be accumulated in my karmashaya, my reservoir of the actions. And later on, whenever I would be in trouble, some or other person would come to help me also. So in that way, my karmashaya is going to serve me back. This is karmashaya. आपका कर्म कभी वेस्ट नहीं जाता, कर्म का फल है. अगर कर्म है तो उसका फल है, ये साइकिल है. ऑटोमेटिकली इट वुड कम बैक टू यू. सो कर्म आशय मीन्स द रिजर्वायर ऑफ ऑल द एक्शंस. प्रचय मीन्स what is being you see here it is mentioned like those storehouse of the activities performed and their impressions. Prachay is the impressions, because you did some kind of action and now you are having that accumulated action inside of the reservoir, and you are also carrying the impression of that action. आपने याद कर रखा है कि नहीं मैंने अच्छा किया था तो मेरे साथ अच्छा होगा, आप भूले नहीं है उसको. So impressions, so actions, reservoir of the action, and those in that reservoir itself your impression of that action. क्योंकि अब action तो जा चुका है, it's momentary, it's gone. With the time it is going to be finished, but the impressions of that action you would carry it for a longer time. So these three things. Then kshetri bhuta. Kshetri bhuta, now again split the word kshetra. Bhutaha, this is the word. So split the kshetra and bhut. Kshetra means a specific place, field. Bhutaha, again you split the word, it is coming from the root bhu, and you put past tense with its, that is ta pratyay. So it becomes a bhut, and if you make it plural it will be like bhutaha. So whatever has happened, जो कुछ हो चुका है वो है भूत. That means past tense. It has already happened. And if the number is more than 1 or 2, that it is plural. So whatever is already available in a field, in a structure, in a space, that is klishta. Klishta. So klishta, in simple understanding, they are produced by kleshas. First thing, they are the storehouses of all the actions performed or all the activities performed, and their impressions also. So not only the actions are stored, but their impressions are also stored in some kind of reservoir, and they are known as afflicted fluctuations. Afflicted means klishtaha. So you can understand the karma ashaya, prachaya, kshetri bhuta. In a specific field they have been stored. In a specific space or reservoir, what is stored? Actions and the impressions of the actions are already stored. That's why they are known as klishtaha. So these fluctuations, klisht fluctuations, are those who are not easy to be modified, and they are actually created by the sufferings, kleshas, and their actions plus impressions. So they all are available at particular field or space, and that's why they are known as klishtaha, klisht fluctuation. Now you can see we have classification of klisht: pramad, viparray, vikalp, nidra, smriti. First is pramad. See, yoga scholars have achieved that state where they understood all the pramadas are not the means of cognitions. They are the fluctuations of consciousness. We are wasting our energy in these pramadas just because of our ignorance. So जिसे हम आज अपनी साइंस कह रहे हैं, इसलिए मैंने कहा था कि हमारे भारत के दर्शन की आन्विक्षकी कैन बी इक्विवेलेंट टू द साइंसेज, बट यू कैन नॉट से लाइक दर्शन इट सेल्फ इक्वेटिंग विद द साइंस. तो साइंस तो बहुत नीचे है अभी. साइंस में अभी भी हमको यही समझ में आ रहा है कि प्रमाण और द मीन्स ऑफ इन्वेस्टिगेशन इज ऑफ हाईएस्ट इंपॉर्टेंस. दैट्स वाई वी आर कंटिन्यूसली रनिंग बिहाइंड थाउजेंड्स और करोड्स ऑफ द मनी फॉर R&D रिसर्च एंड डेवलपमेंट पर्पसेस. उसके बिना हमारा इंस्ट्रूमेंट नहीं होगा, लैब नहीं होगी और हमारा कोई रिसर्च नहीं होगा. पर अभी आप देखिए with the starting of the yoga darshan itself they understood that all the pramadas are just the fluctuations of consciousness. They are supposed to be stopped or they are supposed to be bring into the control of one's own consciousness. Until and unless we are able to make a control over our fluctuations or specifically klishta fluctuations, we are not going to transcend to the limited self or the stage of limitedness. So, first is pramad, and pramad are three popular pramadas: direct perception, inference and agam, coming from the same previous understanding of Sankhya Darshan. Viparya, Vikalpa, Nidra, Smriti, we are going to explain, understand one by one in detail. Second is aklisht. Knowledge about difference between the primordial material and the consciousness is aklisht. Once a person knows that the primordial matter is different and the consciousness which resides inside of it, it's different, and they are in a kind of reflection of each other. That's why we are mistakenly functioning like a living being. अपने आप को हम लिविंग एक तरीके से आधी नॉलेज की वजह से डिक्लेयर करते हैं, दो ईच एंड एवरीथिंग इज लिविंग इन दैट सेंस, बिकॉज ईच एंड एवरीथिंग इज जस्ट अ मैनिफेस्टेशन ऑफ सेम कॉन्शियसनेस. So once you have this knowledge, automatically you would be accepting everything. Acceptance would be coming automatically very easily without a pain, because you know that the pain can be given to the chair also, the pain can be given to me also. If I know that the sameness in the pain is available to both the things together, what the kind of feeling I would feel, I would experience, the same kind of feeling is going to be experienced by the chair. You won't hurt it. ऑटोमेटिकली आप किसी चीज़ को डिस्ट्रॉय नहीं करेंगे. आप देखिए अपने आज चारों तरफ पब्लिक प्रॉपर्टी को डिस्ट्रॉय कितनी आसानी से किया जाता है. क्यों? क्योंकि आपको ये समझ नहीं आ रहा है कि ये भी आप ही के पैसे से आया है. अगर ये थोड़ा बहुत समझ में आने लग जाए कि जो पेन आपको एक्सपीरियंस हो रहा है वो दूसरे को भी हो रहा है, तो ऑटोमेटिकली आप ऐसा काम नहीं करेंगे. ये नॉलेज है differentiative knowledge between primordial material and consciousness, and continuously having the knowledge that each and every entity is the manifestation of same consciousness. So automatically you are going to give acceptance to each and everything, doesn't matter to how much powers it possesses. Now coming back to the clished ones, again starting from the first one, pramad. You see, means of cognition. First is pratyaksh. Vishesh dominated vritti is pratyaksh. What is Vishesh? Coming from the न्याय. मिड सेमेस्टर एग्जाम हो गया ना. विशेष क्या है? विशेष न्याय वैशेषिक. how many padarthas we have? In न्याय वैशेषिक how many padarthas we have? First one द्रव्य, second गुण, third कर्म, fourth सामान्य, fifth विशेष, सिक्स्थ सामान्य, सेवेंथ अभाव. सामान्य विशेष समवाय अभाव. कुछ याद आया? द्रव्य गुण कर्म सामान्य विशेष समवाय अभाव. सो विशेष क्या था? डिफरेंशियल प्रॉपर्टी. समवाय इज इटर्नल प्रॉपर्टी. विशेष मीन्स आप में क्या विशेष है, स्पेसिफिक. differential property. So Vishesh dominated vritti is pratyaksha. It is explained by योग स्कॉलर्स. योग दर्शन योग सूत्र कह रहा है कि विशेष डोमिनेटेड वृत्ति है. व्हेन वी परसीव समथिंग थ्रू डायरेक्ट परसेप्शन, वी आइडेंटिफाई इट्स एग्जिस्टेंस थ्रू द डिफरेंशियल प्रॉपर्टीज. फॉर एग्जांपल, दिस इज चेयर. सो देयर मस्ट बी सम काइंड ऑफ डिफरेंट प्रॉपर्टी which is actually making the difference between the chair and the table or the rest of the things. So one identity can be identified separately with its characteristics only when we are focusing on the differential property. That's why pratyaksh is defined as vishesh dominated vritti or fluctuations. Sanskrit term for fluctuation is vritti. Remember, in the examinations you would be asked, the word vritti is denoting what? Fluctuations. So first is pratyaksh. In pratyaksh we identify the differential property, vishesh vritti. Anuman, second, inference. Inference is dominated by samanya. What is samanya? General property. Because in generally what we see, wherever there are dark clouds, it rains. Because of the general property, we infer, we assume. So anuman is samanya dominated vritti. सामान्य means general property. Third is agam. Agam is artha vritti. Artha means not the shabda vritti. Remember, artha vritti. Nyaya Vaisheshik accepted shabda pramad. So the trustworthy words were shabd. यहाँ पे क्या है, अर्थ वृत्ति, dominated by the meaning understood by the listener after listening to the words of a trustworthy person. So right now, I explained in the previous lecture also, from the yoga itself, the speaker is not so important, the listener is important. Those students who are sleeping in the class would not be able to understand anything about the yoga and the next coming darshans, because it is based on the ladder kind of a structure. अगर पिछला नहीं समझ आया तो आगे वाला समझ में आना ही नहीं है. So that means in that case artha vritti dominates. If you are understanding the concept of the previous section, you would be understanding the next one automatically. So here the meaning understood by the listener becomes more important. That's why it is known as agam. Artha vritti hai, shabda vritti nahi hai, artha vritti. So here these three pramadas are the first fluctuations, that too also klishta fluctuations. They are dominating like very hard to be modified. For example, अगर आपने बचपन से किसी को देखा है कोई चीज़ करते हुए, this is very true with the kind of all the things which you have seen, and my supervisor always gave this very funny example for that. Suppose there is a person who is trying to do havan. अपने घर में आप एक हवन करने जा रहे हैं. आपने बचपन से देखा कि आपके पिता क्या करते थे, पहले एक बिल्ली को दरवाजे से बांध देते थे. आप बहुत छोटे थे, आपको पता नहीं था कि पापा क्या कर रहे हैं, लेकिन आपने देखा योर फादर टाइड अ कैट विद द डोर थ्रू अ रोप एंड देन ही स्टार्टेड द प्रोसेशन ऑफ हवन. ठीक है, आप बचपन से देखते आए हैं, पर आपको लॉजिक का पता नहीं था, लेकिन आपने देखा है. बिकॉज ऑफ 25 years of that kind of perception, you have the impression. It is rooted inside of you. So now you are going to perform a havan inside of your house. अब आपने नया घर खरीदा है, जॉब मिल चुकी है, you are married, now you are trying to go do a गृह प्रवेश पूजा. आपने अपने पिता को करते हुए देखा है. अब आप क्या करेंगे? आप गए मार्केट में एक बिल्ली खरीद के लेकर आए. I need to purchase a cat because I have to tie it with the door, and then I would start the procession of the havan. Why? Because I have seen my father was doing the same thing. ठीक है, अब आपने ये तो नहीं सोचा कि उसका लॉजिक क्या था, वो ऐसा क्यों कर रहे थे, कभी पूछा ही नहीं आपने, उस पर आपने कभी सोचा ही नहीं एक्चुअली. So this is what, because of your direct perception, it's so hard to be modified that you are not ready to begin the process of havan without tying the cat. अब इसी कंडीशन में आप एज्यूम कर लीजिए कोई ऐसा व्यक्ति आ जाता है जिसको पता है कि आपने ये जो काम किया है, ये दैट्स जस्ट योर इडियोसिटी, योर इग्नोरेंस. वो आपको टोक देता है, you are not doing the right thing. There is no necessity to bring the cat and tie it with the door. There is no such procession written in the scriptures or in any of the shastras. There is no kind of prescription available. आप नहीं मानेंगे उसकी बात. ऐसे कैसे? I have seen my father doing these things 25 years. आपको क्या लगता है वो सब गलत ही कर रहे थे? You would start, you would fighting और trying to, एक प्रकार से क्या शुरू होगा, आपका वाद विवाद शुरू होगा, आर्ग्यूमेंट स्टार्ट होगा. वहाँ से आपको पता चलना शुरू होगा धीरे धीरे कि नहीं. फिर क्या होगा, मैक्सिमम क्या होगा, यू विल कॉल योर फादर. बताइए, अगर वो हैं, अगर वो नहीं है तो आप किसी और से डिस्कस करना शुरू करेंगे कि वो आया था, वो उसने ही वी जस्ट वेंट इनटू अ लॉन्ग आर्ग्यूमेंट विद ऑन द टॉपिक एंड आई डू नॉट अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इज़ राइट. सो अब आपको सपोज किसी ने बता दिया कि नहीं बेटा, अगर आपके फादर हैं, उन्होंने बता दिया ऐसा नहीं था, दैट कैट वॉज आवर पेट कैट, बट जब भी मैं हवन करने जाता था वो सारा का सारा सामान बिगाड़ देती थी, तो पहले मैं उसको बांधता था और उसके बाद हवन करता था. तो ऐसा नहीं था कि वो हवन के रिचुअल का पार्ट था. just because the cat was a pet cat, and that cat was destroying the things which I arranged at the time of that procession. So, I tied it with the door and then I started the process. That was the logic behind that. You need not to bring the cat from the market to and tie it and begin the procession. So, immediately आपको समझ में जाएगा, अच्छा हाँ मैंने ही गलत समझा था. This is coming from direct perception. आपने जिस चीज़ का प्रत्यक्ष कर रखा है उस वो इतना क्लिष्ट तरीके से आपके मन में establish हो चुका होता है. The impressions are so hard to be modified that you are not ready to give up any kind of thing. You immediately go into a long argumentation of everything to bring out, to get out the actual truth, what the correct version is. That's why right now हम क्या कर रहे हैं, जो भी हम पढ़ रहे हैं systems, जो मैं आपको बता रही हूँ, जो आप जानना चाह रहे हैं, जब हम उसके बारे में प्रश्न और उत्तर कर रहे हैं, उसका अर्थ क्या है? We want to get the answers of our questions inside of us, hardly incarnated in the form of impressions. So this is क्लिष्ट फ्लक्चुएशन. फर्स्ट वन, डायरेक्ट परसेप्शन से कोई चीज़ आई, इन्फरेंस से आई, you inferred something. For example, there is a very good example in Sanskrit, जहाँ जहाँ धूम है, यत्र यत्र धूमः तत्र तत्र वह्नि, मतलब wherever there is a धूम is what? Smoke, धुआं. जहाँ जहाँ धुआं है वहाँ वहाँ अग्नि है. अग्नि मतलब fire. So wherever there is a smoke, there is fire. This is a normal example which is already always explained in terms of inference. So अब क्या है, क्या ऐसा कोई सिचुएशन है, कोई बता सकता है जहाँ धुआं तो है लेकिन अग्नि नहीं है? So one brilliant student, suppose among just like right now we are having group of students, one student said, ma'am, when we put the slice of an ice, तो उससे भी धुआं उठता दिखता है. So वहाँ तो आग जल नहीं रही है. So anybody who can answer the question कि अग्नि वहाँ भी है? Energy, the heat is inside, that's why the temperature is present. So अग्नि वहाँ भी है. So in that case, inference is playing the role. Inference, this is example of inference. Whenever we see a kind of smoke, we immediately infer that there must be fire in some or the other way, either it in the gross way, the roop which we can perceive, or it can be in subtle form like the property of temperature. So inference is also going to create some kind of fluctuations, and they also become clished fluctuations because it is done or it is available to us in a longer duration of time. In the same way, arthi vritti, agam, if you have heard something from in a longer process of getting the knowledge from generations, then it becomes very hard to be modified. कोई चीज़ आपने सुन कर के भी accumulate करी है, समझ ली है, तो वो भी modify नहीं हो सकती. For example, in our Adivasi culture, whatever deities we are worshipping, they are Matri Shaktis. Matri Shakti means Matrikas. Matrika is nothing but the phonemic energy. So any kind of mantra when we recite, it becomes our part of our speech. So we ignite our speech. For example, अगर आपने कोई इस प्रकार का तांत्रिक पूजा किया है, तो आप क्या कहेंगे कि ये व्यक्ति जो है बहुत बुरा है, इसने मेरा बहुत नुकसान किया है, इसका नाश हो जाए. आप क्या कर रहे हैं? आप कुछ करने जा रहे हैं? नहीं. You are trying to actually instruct your own energies to do that destruction to other because the person has given you pain. तो ऐसा कुछ होने वाला नहीं है, लेकिन आप अपनी ही एनर्जी को चैनलाइज कर रहे हैं. ये होगा तब जब आप उसका एक्शन परफॉर्म करेंगे. सो दिस इज नथिंग बट अ काइंड ऑफ मैग्नीफाइंग वन सेल्फ थ्रू द फोनेमिक एनर्जीज. This is the ritualistic practices which are available right now in normal scenario when we are worshipping little bit matrikas in any of the tantric traditions. But we don't know the logic behind that, so we don't experience the actual perception. कैसे ये work करेगा, ये work होगा भी कि नहीं होगा, और कैसे इसे neutralize किया जाता है. वो तीनों method बताए गए हैं, but because nobody is teaching, we are completely ignorant about it. So this is coming from the Agama Shastra, which we will discuss in detail in Kashmir Shaiva Darshan, the last one. Then second, Viparre. See, Viparre is illusory knowledge. It's illusion. What kind of illusion? Viparya means illusion, illusory knowledge. What kind of illusion? Something is mistakenly understood as something else. आप किसी और चीज़ को कोई और चीज़ समझ लें. जैसे for example, you are entering into a dark room and you are just touching or stepping on some kind of wire or lead. You feel like I stepped on snake. So this is illusion. Illusory knowledge always requires a substratum. A substratum means a kind of substrate on which you can actually mistake some other identity. So this is illusory knowledge. This is viparya. Vikalp. Vikalp is what? Devoid of the real object, meant by the word only. You are just using the word and the object is not real. For example, Shashashringa. Shashashringa, Shash means rabbit, Shringa means horn. So there is no horn on rabbit, rabbit doesn't possess horn. But still you use the word Shashashringa. Because of the use of the word, you imagined a rabbit with the horn. In your thoughts, there is a rabbit with the horn, but in reality there is no such object. So this is vikalp, optional knowledge, consisting of so many options which can be joined together or which can be segregated from each other. That is vikalp. Then nidra. See, the nidra is also a fluctuations. So those who try to meditate and go into the sleep stage are not going to get the achievement of yoga. योग नहीं आप सिद्ध करने वाले हैं अगर आप ध्यान लगाते ही सो जाते हैं. निद्रा पर कंट्रोल स्टैब्लिश करना होगा. डिवॉइड ऑफ वेकेंड एंड ड्रीम स्टेज, दैट इज ड्रीमलेस स्लीप इज निद्रा. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड निद्रा है क्या. सो निद्रा इज दैट स्टेज वेयर नीदर योर वेकेंड स्टेट डोमिनेट्स जागृत or not the sleep state, not the dream state dominates. That means your स्वप्न. ना तो आप स्वप्न देख रहे हैं, ना आप जागृत अवस्था में हैं, मतलब बाहर की चीज़ों को कॉग्नाइज कर रहे हैं. ये दोनों जब नहीं है तो उसके बाद जो स्टेज बचती है, दैट इज ओनली वन स्टेज, डीप स्लीप. दैट इज अंडरस्टूड एज निद्रा. And that too is a fluctuation of consciousness. So once you are just transcending into a deep sleep state, that is also a kind of fluctuation. See, few students are very relaxed now and they are trying to sleep. So automatically that is a kind of fluctuation, clished fluctuation. We have to make a control over that. Once you establish that control, then only you can be able to transcend to the samadhi from the vacant directly. फ्रॉम द वेकेंड डायरेक्टली, जागते हुए ही समाधि में ट्रांजिट लिया जाता है. सोने के बाद का समाधि जो आप लगा रहे हैं वो समाधि नहीं है, वो तो नेचुरल साइकिल है जिसके थ्रू हम रोज एनर्जी एक्सेस करते हैं. जस्ट लाइक वी चार्ज आवर डिवाइसेस फ्रॉम अ सोर्स ऑफ एनर्जी. ठीक है. सो आप सो जाते हैं तो ऑटोमेटिकली द सोर्स ऑफ एनर्जी, थ्रू द सोर्स ऑफ एनर्जी, थ्रू एक्सेसिंग दैट एनर्जी यू आर चार्जिंग योर सेल्फ रेगुलरली. दिस इज द नेचुरल साइकिल. बट योग सिद्ध करने के लिए यू हैव टू टेक द माइग्रेशन और ट्रांजिशन फ्रॉम द वेकेंड टू द समाधि स्टेज. दैट इज योग. नाउ लास्ट इज मेमोरी, स्मृति. मेमोराइजिंग द एक्सपीरियंस्ड मीनिंग इज स्मृति. सी द सेकेंड पार्ट, आक्लिष्ट. वन बाय वन you split the word. ख्याति विषयाः गुणाधिकार विरोधिन्याः. Two words are there. First is ख्याति. ख्याति is what? Discriminative knowledge, luminosity, filled with luminosity or intelligent luminosity. That is ख्याति विषयाः. Discriminative knowledge. गुणाधिकार विरोधिन्याः means it opposes the function of three gunas, that is sattva, rajas and tamas. तो ऐसी नॉलेज जहां पर ये तीनों 1:1:1 रेशियो में आ जाए, दैट स्टेज इज going to give us aclist fluctuation, and this is the required condition to move on the path of योग. बाकी सब में जब तक है तब तक योग नहीं करते, तब तक योग लगता ही नहीं, योग सिद्ध नहीं होगा. आप बॉडी में मेंटेन कर सकते हैं आसन करके. योगा जो योग पॉपुलर हो गया है उसमें आसन सिखाए जा रहे हैं, प्राणायाम बताया जा रहा है. उससे क्या है, केवल हम अपने ग्रॉस स्ट्रक्चर को सस्टेन करना सिखा रहे हैं, ग्रॉस स्ट्रक्चर को ट्रेन करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. बट इफ यू रियली वांट टू अचीव द टारगेट ऑफ द और द गोल ऑफ द योग, देन यू हैव टू रीच टू दिस आक्लिष्ट फ्लक्चुएशन फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल. So aclist is khyati vishaya guda adhikar virodhinya. Aclist is that where we have discriminative knowledge about matter or prakriti and purusha, that is consciousness, or chitti and chitta, and stop the imbalances among the three basic constituents, that is guna, that is sattva, rajas and tamas, so that the stage of niruddha chitta can be established. This is known as aklishta fluctuations or non-afflicted fluctuations of consciousness. Understood? On the basis of this understanding only, we are going to understand all the 8 stages of yoga: yam, niyam, asana, pranayam, pratyahar, dharana, dhyan and samadhi. Samadhi is the highest one. So, to reach to that state of 8th one, that is samadhi, we have to take a transition from the vacant state. इन सब में नहीं जाना है, ये सारी चीज़ें आपको वहाँ पहुँचने नहीं देंगी, इन सब पर कंट्रोल स्टैब्लिश करना है. From the vacant directly to the samadhi, if we have to migrate. So, just from these 3 or 4 slides from the previous lecture, from today's lecture, we can have few questions. For example, first is explain klishta and aklishta fluctuations of consciousness. How you would write 5-mark question? Klishta and aklishta. First is klishta. Klishta are those, you have to define it. क्या है klishta? Painful afflictions or hard to be modified. Then they are of 2 or 5. कितने types के हैं? 5. First one pramad, second viparray, third vikalp, fourth nidra, fifth smriti, and then again pramad are classified into 3 types: direct perception, pratyaksh, anuman, then agam. So, in this way you can explain the klishta one. Then the aklishta one is non-painful or easy to be modified, that means discriminative knowledge between Purusha and Prakriti or Chitti and Chitta, and stopping of all the fluctuations or balanced state of Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. Clear? If the question demands like you have to explain this concept with diagram, you can draw the diagram also. You can show the chart also. Then the second question, explain the 5 stages of Chitta with example. Chitta 5 stages, first one, Chitta, first stage, Shipta, then Moodha, then Vikshipta, then Ekagra, and last Niruddha. 5. With example, you can write the example how you are trying to contemplate on something. It's not necessary that you can write it with reference of the mantra itself. You can write it like, suppose you are solving a problem of mathematics. ठीक है, question आपके सामने है. You are trying to answer, identify the solution of the question, but still in between somebody is calling, oh बाहर आ जाओ, क्लब की एक्टिविटी है, वहाँ जाना है. तो आप बीच बीच में डिस्ट्रैक्ट हो रहे हैं अपने टास्क से. That is also the example. You can write the examples like that also. Okay. So, this is, then fill in the blanks. First is Vishesh dominated vrittis, Vishesh dominated vritti, Pratyaksha, direct perception. Samanya dominated vritti is Anuman, inference. Artha vritti, the meaning understood by the listener after hearing the words of a trustworthy person is Agam. Illusory knowledge is Viparray. The state that is devoid of real object meant by the word only Vikalp. Vikalp याद रखिएगा, लास्ट तक आएगा काम. Vikalp. For example, you have so many Vikalpas around you. This course should be followed, this course or this shirt should be purchased. These are all the Vikalpas. So, Vikalp. Then the state that is devoid of vacant and dream state, Nidra. Nidra देखो सबसे अच्छा याद रहा सबको. Memorizing the experienced meaning is Smriti. Okay. So, in the next class we will continue the same Yoga Darshan. For this class this is sufficient. Thank you.